Guys, this is boy Jay from the Fields of Play. And in this episode, what we're going to do here, we're going to start because our team, our Philadelphia beloved Eagles, are just so garbage. I hate to say that, I say that with a heavy heart. Uh, but there's a lot of changes that they should have made at the beginning of the year, I feel like. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewind this year and start at the beginning because that's where we need to start. And we're gonna go back and we're gonna make some changes. Talk about a couple of changes I think the Eagles should have absolutely positively did at the beginning of the year that would have helped this team be a better team, not this year, but basically going into next year. Um, let's take a look at the squad. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and make myself the owner. We're gonna start at preseason, like we said. I am going to change the settings, but I think the settings really don't matter too much. I like arcade. I don't all pro. I'm gonna play on just to kind of give you guys an idea of what I think this team should have been able to do. And I think let me see. I want to go back to league settings. One of the things I would do with my franchises, and I've always done, I kind of hold myself to it. I don't. I give myself more time, full 10-minute quarters. Um, but I only give myself 21 points. So after 21 points, I start simulating. So that's how we're gonna kind of play this this particular franchise. We're not even gonna play anything in the first episode. We're just gonna kind of see and simulate our way through. We'll start playing probably episode one or episode. This is kind of like a prequel episode, if you want to call it. We'll start playing episode one basically, and starting the new year and see what we get for this team. So here we go. Now, I love my squad. Don't get me wrong. I love my team. But I think
Start your week by
this year
installing your game plan.
was kind of a aberration. And I'm hoping that with all these injuries and getting players back, because if you want to take a look at our roster, you'll see there's some big holes here. I mean, Dillard eventually got hurt. Kelsey, this is what you had at the beginning of the year. Peters, Jeffries, Sanders, Goddard, and you had Ertz and Goddard playing. Deshaun Jackson was available. Um, it's amazing how Deshaun Jackson started out as an 83 and literally just like regressed into nothing. The way this team plays out for next year, this offense is basically we're basically capped out now, and in order to get underneath the cap or to just sneak underneath the cap, I think this year you're gonna lose some big pieces. Now, of course, you probably gonna have Peters leave. You probably going to trade away Alshon. D-Jack probably won't be back. He'll probably re-sign with somebody else. You'll probably lose Ertz. You'll probably lose Goddard because he's a good player, and Kelsey will be a question mark as well. Now, once you lose all those players, you only got Wentz and Johnson, and it's like, what am I going to do? Defensively, you kind of need to blow it up. You brought in Slay. Slay's a great player. Your front four, your front four are as good as any front four in the league, I think. It's your linebackers that are a mess. It's your corners that are a mess. It's your safeties that are kind of a mess too. So I like to try to keep things easy. So I'm going to break it down. We're going to make three moves that I think the Eagles did at the beginning of the year should have obviously made. Let's start off with number one, Peters.
This is the
Peters
player
should have never
card.
been
Here
on
you
this
can see
team.
your player's strengths and weaknesses by looking at their
Peters should never have made it this far on this team. All right. There are too many teams, and you'll go down this list. Too many teams that'll be willing to take him off our hands. That's three. That's four. That's five. Let's see. That's four. That's five. That's six. That's seven. That's eight. That's nine. It didn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. That's too many play. Too many teams would take him off our hands. For the sake of this, because we want to get younger, we know we're going to be constantly capped out next year, right? So we want. What are we looking for? Draft picks. And the Jaguars have two of them. Now, why we couldn't get one of these two? Can we get one of these two picks? Let's see. Almost there. We're just halfway there. And let's see. Let's give them what else they need. They want a quarterback. So is Sudafed on here? Yep. Let's give them Sudafed. And they want a linebacker. Well, the linebacking core that we have here, I'm not gonna lie to you. I give them any linebacker that we got. Duke Riley. I might not give away Bradley, but I might give away Duke Riley. Linebacker, middle linebacker, T.J. Edwards. Not these dudes are not that good. Singleton had one good game this year. I will give him that. And Geary didn't even need to play. As far as I'm concerned, he's not a linebacker. He's probably more of a free safety. I'm not gonna lie. He probably would be better at free safety. So let's see. We gave him Sudafed, and we'll go ahead and give him a pick. Let's give him let's see if we can give him one of our fives. Will that get us where we need to be? They don't even want Sudafed. Nope, not yet. So let's take Sudafed out the mix. Let's go ahead and give him Duke Riley. See what they say. They're not interested in Duke Riley either. Let's give him that third rounder. They're interested in the third rounder. Let's see if they take this. Almost. Very close. Let's take Duke Riley out of the trade. Would they take it now? They're interested. I'm not giving them any more picks. I gotta find somebody they like. Let's give them. Let's see. We got a free safety. Let's give them Epps. Would they take Epps? Nope. Will they take the Green Goblin maybe? Nope. They don't want Green Goblin. I don't want Green Goblin either. Let's see. How about Rodney McLeod? Matter of fact, they seem like they like that so much. Let's see if I can get another pick out of it. Let's see if we can get a second. A 1 and a 2. No, they don't want to give a 1 and a 2. Okay, so let's see if they give a 1 and a 3. Almost. I know they would give me a 1. How about one of these 4s? Almost there. So it sounds like like a 1 and a 5 would work. I'm gonna take a 1 and a 5. Oh, come on now. All right, 1 and a 6 maybe. uh, they really trying me, huh? Let's see. Or not necessarily a 7. How about a 2? How about a 3 next year? No, they don't want to do a 3 next year. How about 21? How about a 4th rounder next year? Uh, we're so close on this trade. Let's to end it quickly. Let's see. I'll take a hit, take a 6 next year. Oh, come on. They just really want to give a 7. Well, if I'm going to take a 7, I'm going to take it this year then. Well, why not? What in the world? They're not? Oh, that's crazy. I've never seen that before. Uh, all right, so for some reason they had to have a 7 next year. But it was so close with a 7 this year, they didn't want to do it, but a 7 next year it took for them. So now we got rid of two players that basically were going to be cap hits anyway. We weren't going to be able to keep them anyway. So that's one move. Here's the second player that kind of need to go. Alshon Jeffrey. No reason why he should have been on the Eagles this year. Didn't didn't give us anything. And truth be told, I would send him back to the Bears. The Bears are willing to give me a first or a second. I take it straight up. No, they're not gonna give up their first. Let's see. A second will probably get us there. Nope. Well, how about a third and a 7th next year? Which I heard that since they're giving me 7th next year, there you go. Send him right back to Chicago. He'll be fine. No reason why the Eagles should have kept him this year. Really. He was not healthy. He was not ready to play. And even when he did play, he seemed like he didn't want to play. So if the Eagles had made these two moves right now, and I know that we would have had a worse record than last year. Let's just face it. This one hurt too. Godwin not playing and deciding that okay, no, COVID's going on, I'm not playing. That hurt too. I'm not gonna lie. Now, your questions to me is okay. All right, so you just moved two of our good players, or three of our good players. Who's playing for them? Well, here's the switch up. I would think. Malata. Malata has proved that he can be a left tackle, a damn good one. So we're switching Malata to the left tackle. This frame 6'8", 346 frame at left tackle. works. It works for the team. And he's your starting left tackle. Why did it flip him to there? I don't know why I flipped Lane Johnson to the left. But we're going to bring him up and put him in right. That's fine. Okay. Samalo there. And this is where another change I would have made. I understand you like Dillard. I understand that Dillard's supposed to be a right tackle. Dillard's frame is a 6'5", 306. So why not try him at guard? Yeah, people are gonna say he might not be too nimble for guard. Okay, fine. I dig that. But he's not gonna get there playing left tackle, playing a position that he can't play. He's not gonna get there playing tackle for the Eagles. So let's put him in a position to win. I don't know why this is doing this. With Malata there, Dillard there. And this guy, I don't know who he is. I'm just gonna release him. Yeah. And I'm gonna bring Samalo up here. Alright, look. Your offensive line is a solid offensive line at least. Yeah, Malata has got star development, so he's gonna grow. And you put him on the outside. This is what you have now. You'd have had this regardless uh if you had Jason Peters here or not. But you're solid as far as I'm concerned. You're solid up front. Your offensive line is still solid. Your wide receivers, I still have a problem with the wide receivers. But I would rather go with those two changes on the offense. I'd rather run with this than I would rather run with Jason Peters and Alshon Jeffrey because they were dead space and you would have been capped out regardless. Defensively, now you saw I already made one change. I need a safety. Now I can easily go ahead and put Will Parks at free safety. I'm gonna put Jalen Mills as strong and Will Parks. Wait a minute. Will Parks at free. For this year, you kind of have to run with this defense. There's not really too many things you could have done. You could have moved. You wanted to move some cap space. You had to make 2 trades. You probably could make another trade. Um, but there's players in the squad that you kind of know are not gonna make it. Like I would probably have start Alex Singleton. Duke Riley should start. Geary, I don't know. If I'm gonna start, if I brought Geary in, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna start Davion Taylor because he brought the kid in. Just bring him in. So to start the year, this is what they should have ran with. This is what I feel like would have been a solid, better defensive squad, offensively and defensively. Now the question is, when you look at the team and you look at the injury report, because this is the biggest thing that happens during the. Right now, you got Brandon Brooks. If you had Brandon Brooks on this squad this year, you would not have been 3-8, whatever you were. This dude makes all the difference in this team. And I don't know if he's got a contract or got a contract coming up, but we got to bring him back. There's no doubt about that. He is important just as much as Kelsey's important, just as much as Lane Johnson is important. I think you got your next big time left tackle in Malata, but whoever you plug at that guard position, be it Samalo, be it Dillard, be it go in the draft and get another kid, you're going to be solid up front. You should be solid up front, but this team just continues to have problems with the offensive line and injuries. So maybe you do draft another kid, or maybe you bring in a free agent. That gives us an 85 offense and a 79 defense, which is probably what you're going to have. The only other thing that the Eagles could have done and gone into free agency, this is my third move. And you see, at the beginning of the year, you had Logan Ryan, you had Devontae Freeman, you have Delaney Walker sitting out there. You don't need a tight end, but you could have used Tony Jefferson, who fits your scheme. Logan Ryan really doesn't fit your scheme, but Tony Jefferson could have fit your scheme. You had Cameron Wake out there. You had Aqib Talib. I remember that you got T. Sizzle was out there. You had all these players that was out there. I remember Clay Matthews would have been a big addition. You could have brought these guys in. Michael Kendricks. Why not bring him back? He was okay for us. Shit, he was in the Super Bowl. Why not bring him back? He's better than what you have. So, looking at this, the one thing that would help this defense, I think, immensely, there's probably two moves I can make. I probably would bring in, let's go ahead and bring in Tony Jefferson. Let's sign him to a 1-year deal because we want to see what he does. You got 25 million in cap right now since you had all those trades. You bring him in for 1 year, and then the other person you bring in for 1 year is, like I said, if Kendricks was out there, he knows your scheme, he fits your scheme. Bring him back. Bring him back on a 1-year deal. What would it hurt? Now you remember how where our defense was, all right? Now our defense is at 80. With those two additions, that's all it took. Only added 2 players. Tony Jefferson, 82, right? Michael Kendricks, 78. Davion Taylor, Alex Singleton, and Michael Kendricks are my linebackers. I'd rather run into the league with that or go into the league with that. I got a legitimate strong safety. Yeah, he's old in the tooth, but you know what? I got a window. We just won a Super Bowl 4 years ago. We still got Fletcher Cox is a superstar player. Brandon Graham, he's a superstar player. Derek Barnett, he could be potentially a superstar player. Darius Slay, what the hell was the point of signing Darius Slay if you're not ready to win now? You didn't set yourself up to win now either. So this team is a little bit better team. It ain't perfect. You ain't capped out. You made some moves, and you're a better squad for it. You're 82 going into this. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and jump into the regular season and see what we come up with. But I would rather run with those 2 squads the way they were than run with the squad that we had at the beginning of the year. It doesn't make any sense. Alshon, he served his purpose. He won a Super Bowl with us. We appreciate it. Thank you, Alshon Jeffrey. But you know what? This was the year to trade him. Jason Peters wasn't even on the Super Bowl.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
So where did you go wrong in that? And I'm just going to upgrade these guys regularly. See, Mulata's now 59 already. Okay. We signed Gerald Avery to the practice squad. And let's see. look at the injury report, see if anybody got injured while in the preseason. Nobody got injured. God, geez. Could you imagine the Eagles ever go through a preseason and not get anybody injured? Good Lord. But this year we didn't even play the preseason games, so. But here we are. 53-man roster. This is what it looked like going into Washington. This was a game that we lost. Didn't make any sense. I'm telling you, I would rather run with this. If we could have had what's the name back, that's another thing. But I would rather run with this team and be this strong than run with the team that we had. I know Jackson's not a number one. I know Reagor will eventually take Jackson's place. I know Godwin's not a number two. He's probably a 3. Reagor should be a number 1, right? All right. So, this is what we're going to do. And I'm going to advance this week by week so we can look at the score up at the top and see how they did.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
So far, it's on par. We lost 33-27 in a close game. And basically, yeah, we came close to winning. We should have won it. Okay. Upgrade our players. Oh, we got a new injury. Yep, and that's par for the course. Look at that. Deshaun Jackson got hurt. Torn pectoral. He is done for the year. I tell you, just par for the course. That's just what would happen, and that's what I'm saying. Mike Ford. So let's see what the squad's going into this Rand game gonna look like. Now at this point, everybody moved up in offensive players. So Godwin would have been number 1. Reagor would have been now 3. Arcega-Whiteside is 4. I'm almost wanting to go ahead and just put him at 1. Because if this happened in real life, whereas though D-Jack got hurt, Reagor would be number 2 automatically. And I'm just going to say, okay, Reagor, it's your turn. You go out there, be the man. That's basically what I'm going to tell him. The only question I kind of ask myself as I go through this step is like, are we losing because of Mulata? Because he's only 50-9. I don't know, but I'm willing to rock with him for a little while longer. It's only game 1. All right.
In offensive and defensive, each week you can once you've made your game plan, choose to start training. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
All right, week 2. Let's see how we do. Okay. And we lost 35-31 in a close game again. Let's upgrade again. Okay.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Oh no, Fletcher Cox got hurt. He's out for 12 weeks. That's something different. That's going to make a difference in this team. I don't like that. No. So, let's look at the potential free agents real quick. And I'm going to tell you.
These players are on the last year of their contract.
Bringing these dudes back. Not bringing these dudes back. Nope. Kendricks, no. Jefferson, probably not. I'll look at his stats and see what he's doing. Sidney Jones just became a star. So I might move him up in the progression to give him some more time. I might. The Kobe Roberman, I really have a problem with dudes just 5'8". That's what I have a problem with. If you're a corner, I really would like for you to be at least 6 feet or above. In my scheme. Let's go over the corners. Let's go over the defense. See what it look like without Fletcher Cox. We still got star ability on all fronts, but Fletcher Cox being gone is going to make a big difference in this team. Sidney Jones, he's on number 3. Maddox. See, the way this is playing out, you would almost think that, yeah, you got 2 good corners, right? You got 4 good corners, right? Well, we'll see how it plays out. We scoring points, but we losing by points too. That's funny. That's the funny thing. We just missing it. And of course, let's see. There it is, Bengals.
Here's a list of all the players that will appear in the upcoming draft. Select to scout this player and unlock his. Each skill unlock will cost you scouting points. Unlock this player's true skill ranking to see if he is a diamond in the rough. You just found a diamond in the rough. Other teams will
See, Trevor Lawrence is what you're trying to avoid. Truth be told, I think for the Eagles, I mean, considering how far you fall, you definitely want to look at this guy, Penny Swell from Oregon. He definitely is going to be on our draft board. It all depends if I would say Micah Parsons is another player that should be on the Eagles draft board. So, and of course, the last player I think, of course, is Ja'Marr Chase. If the Eagles are that bad, or Jalen Waddle. I say if the Eagles are this bad, where they got to pick, you're picking in the first 12 picks, you're talking about picking in that early in the draft. Those are the 4 players that you probably want to get. Penny Sewell, Micah Parsons, Ja'Marr Chase, Jalen Waddle. Maybe a corner, and Eric Stokes. Let's see, he falls to a late first rounder, so he's not even going to be available. I think Sam Comsey is another player that I would try to get. I mean, you want to fill up that offensive line. So far, the Eagles are 2-0 or 0-2. Really haven't made too much of a change to the team. This is where we got this crazy tie. So let's see, did we tie again? We actually won that game, 17-14, which is what we should have done in real life.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Upgrade those 2 guys. What I like to do is I like to go down the list and say, okay, what are we interested in? Patrick Surtain, Jr. He's an early first rounder. Caleb Farley. I probably would put on our list. 6'5", 313. Left guard. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. He sounds like a dude the Eagles would take all day. Eric Stokes, I probably would take. Dylan Moses. And it's not really rare that the Eagles take a middle linebacker first overall, but I mean, your linebacking core is so hurt right now. You could help it out immensely by doing so. Okay. Week 4. And we took another loss, 38-21. We are putting up some stats. I mean, we're scoring the ball. I feel like our team just needs to just we're getting there. We're 1-3.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Look at this. This is a drastic change. The Steelers are 0-4. I don't know what happened to the Steelers, but yeah, they're not doing too good. Let's scout some more players. Devonta Smith. Not gonna put him on my draft board. Just wanted to know how he was. Dylan Moses we'll put on the draft board. Here's an interesting pick. Traverson 18. Somebody who I think probably might be around in the second round and kind of be forgotten. Joseph Asai. Late first rounder. And Rashawn Slater. Possibly available in the early second round. So if you're going to go wide receiver and then come back and try and take a tackle, that would work out. Let's see. Javon Holland. A free safety, probably the best free safety. Rondale Moore. That's a player I really kind of like. He's a deep step out of Purdue. He's tough. Alex Leatherwood is another one. I think if Eagles could possibly get him, he's a solid left tackle. Love how he plays in Florida State. So let's go see what happens next week. Were we able to beat the Steelers? You know, the Eagles play the Steelers pretty tough too. But the Steelers being 0-4 in this is wild. Nope, we lose. Steelers get off the schneid.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Ravens are 2-3. I want to see, did someone get hurt? No, I don't see any hurts. Or did he just play Jalen Hurts? I don't know how he could play Jalen Hurts to a losing effort, but anyway. Jalen Hurts upgraded. Mulata's already at a 60. So team's still solid as far as I'm concerned. I mean, we're missing Fletcher Cox, who probably would have been able to have us win a couple of these more games. Not gonna lie, if he was involved. Let's go to scout the college. Rondale Moore. Leatherwood. See, he's a late first rounder, and the thing is with him, I just don't think he's gonna. The way the Eagles are set up, I don't think he's gonna be around in order for us to get him. So, um, I think they would have to go ahead and trade back into the first round to get him. So, Najee Harris is another option, but they got him going in the first round. Chuba Hubbard. They got early third round. Oop, went down. Not good. Jalen Manfield. Oh, went down. Not good. Quincy Roche. Oh, went down. I don't see how Najee Harris. Oh yeah, he's a first round talent. So maybe he drops that far. Maybe you don't. People don't realize that. Maybe you're able to pick him up, but he would be a solid Thunder and Lightning combination with Sanders. So definitely keep an eye out for him. All right, let's go to next week. Very surprised how this team is turning out so far. 1-4 was not what I expected 5 weeks in. I thought we would be a little bit better than that. Let's see. We got a W on that one. 41-38. We got a weekly award on this one. Keon Wallace, a strong safety. 11 tackles, a pick, and a TD. There you go. So there's somebody. Let's go back and see Mahomes, Jack White, Dunlap, Wagner, Bridgewater. So with that, I'm going to say if Keon Wallace is playing strong safety, let's go ahead and put him in. Let's go ahead and let's see. A conversation here. When Carson Wentz gets the ball, good things need to happen. Strike while the odds high. Keeper always say superstar talent, but I think he can be a real X factor against New York if we put him again in the right position to make plays. Okay. Carson Wentz 350 yards passing and rushing yards with 4 touchdowns in the win. Well, I would love to do that, and this is when normally one of those times when I would jump in and play the game, but I'm not going to do it for this year. So let's just go ahead and upgrade the players. Keon Wallace now he got star development, I think. So since he balled out.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Dillard dislocated his ankle. He's out for 6 weeks. So we'll have to take a look at that. Alright. Keon Wallace coming up being a strong safety for us. Rieger's got star development. Look at that. There you go. Samolo can't start at both positions, so it's either. Wait a minute, let me go back. Although I don't know how to. I don't know how the computer copied Samolo. I don't know, and it's got him starting at both positions. I don't know what that means. Dillard should be starting here. Oh, Dillard's hurt. That's what I forgot. So we're going to have to start Mark Pryor there. With Samelo. But see how Dillard is now 71? So he's playing. They're playing good. Let's go to defense. And let's go ahead. And since Keon Wallace wants the ball out, let's go ahead and move him to free safety since he wants to start, And there's no reason why this kid shouldn't start. We'll move him to free safety and let him start. Why not? Parks isn't showing us anything. So we'll start Keon Wallace at 72. Parks and Jefferson. And we'll see if he can ball out and continue to ball out like he's been doing. Okay. It's funny at this time, I'm sitting here looking at this team, and this team is like got. I mean, we give up a lot of points, but we score a lot of points too. So I know if I build on the offense, build on the defense, then we should start seeing some wins. Let's see. So I don't want to do this. All right, go back to where we left off. With Collins, we left off kind of right here, I think. All right. Hosman Nazaruddin. I seen that kid play too. He was pretty good. I can put him on my list. Dylan's Ranzons. Look at him. See, I might want to get with all these players in the second round. I might want to go ahead and just try to get one, maybe get a pick back in the second round. Let's see. Nope, he dropped to the fourth. Chaz Surratt. This dude, Brendan CX. I can't believe he's got like a name like CX. What the heck is that? Bubba Bolden. Well, we'll have to see how Bubba does next week. Let's see. Playing the Giants 3-2, 4-2, 2-4. This is where you could get back into it. You never know. Okay. So let's see how Carson did, whether or not he elite. But even if X Factor, there's only a few players that can bring Carson Wentz to our team. So let's see. Coach, I want to say the defensive schemes have been running recently. Last week was the best game I played all year. I feel like I'm finally figuring out another game like last week, man, I feel like I've arrived. There you go. There you go. So he's starting to develop. Keon Wallace, but we took another L, which is funny. We didn't get the win. We lost 17-10 to the Giants. We're just so close, but so far
now
away.
Let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Getting ready to go into the bye next week. And I've pretty much covered. I'm not going to go all the way down to the third round. But I covered to the second. And yeah, I'm in the third round now. Bubba Bolden was where I left off. Okay. All right, I'm not going to really cover. Let's look at what the Eagles actually need. So what we actually need, we already said, is an offensive line help, which will be early in picks in the draft. We also said we needed possibly a running back, also early in the draft. Linebacker's a big need for us. So in the later rounds, let's take a look at some of the linebackers that we can take, along with probably taking one, maybe even two during the first round. Check out Charles Snowden, 6'7". I love the size, and he's in 5th round. I probably would take him if he was there, even though he has a BBB. Like I said, I love length. I love he fits our scheme, and I probably would just take him. Pete Werner. I'm looking for guys who can fit our scheme, basically. D. Wembley. He's gonna be undrafted. 6'2". Let's see, Jacob Leach, also undrafted. Let's go to middle. Tough Borland. That's a hell of a name, Tough. And we'll check out Monty Rice here in a minute. All right, let's see how we do against the Cowgirls, and then we'll go into the bye. We're already halfway through the season. We'll look at some stats. Let's see. Coach, put in a lot of work. Finally see results in the field. Appreciate you putting talents like that to good use. Oh, went up he actually got star trait. There you go. There you go. Wow. He is not playing. So if he's on the upgrades list, let's see. He is.
This player's development trait is hidden. Put this player in your life.
So let's give him his zone. He's 73. He gets 6 points. Holy crap. Let's just use all 6 in zone. So wow, he jumps up to a 79 overall. Jalen Reagor. Whiteside. Malata is now 69. And Matt Pryor. His pass protection. Good lord. Alright. So here we are at the bye. Let's take gotta answer a media question. Let's see for the owner. Let's see. You're under 500 right now. You watch this team struggle through the first half of the season. Turning around as soon as possible has to be the mindset now, doesn't it? Yes, I mean, I think that's really needs to be said. This is a group that was assembled to win a Super Bowl. Absolutely, I believe this team is better than a record, but if we're not, there will be changes. Yep. Believe you me. So let's go back and look at our linebackers that we was talking about before. Okay. We said Monty Rice was where we left off. Let's see. We got Bobby Jones. Like the famous Bobby Jones that was in Philadelphia. Undrafted. Garrett Fox. Matthew Clifton. Okay. Well, that at least was all the middle linebackers. But, believe me, if I was going to take a middle linebacker, it'd have to be one of them. Chad Surratt probably would be a good in the second round if I was going to take linebacker. Right outside Xavier Collins. I'm really looking at taking Mekhi Parsons. He probably will. We need to upgrade that linebacker position. Um, Depending on how free agency goes, and maybe add another corner. We just seem like that's probably where we're going. So um, we'll look at the left outside linebackers here after the bye week. And let's take a look at the league right now. Let's look at the stats. So we're 8 weeks during this league. We're the 7th offensive in the NFL. And our defense is the worst, 31st. We gave up too many yards. We're missing Fletcher Cox. It truly is. We're missing. It's amazing. You miss one player, and your defenses go. um, we're dead last, or second to last. 32 teams in the league. See weekly awards so far. We got Joe Burrow and Goff, Kesey. Kaepernick is with the Broncos, which is awesome. I love it. I love to see it. Herbert, Keon Wallace is our star of this half of the season, I want to say. And that's what you're looking at. Yeah. Carson Wentz. Miles Sanders only has 2 touchdowns. We need to run the ball more. We might want to look at adjusting our scheme, huh? 508 receiving yards for him. They're not getting the ball to the what's the name? So we'll look at scheme probably in the next episode. All right, halfway through the season. All right, let's go. Second half. And at this point, usually this is when I stop doing the college because I feel like I've got a lot of what I want. And even the offense, it says, look, I mean, we're all A's and B's across the board. Our linebackers are a problem. We need a middle and a right outside. That's what we need. So that's probably what we'll address in the draft. Wide receiver, we'll probably address another wide receiver and some offensive line help. It probably goes, and I'm not gonna lie, unless I can see something in free agency. We'll see what happens in free agency. But our top needs are number 1, line help. Number 2, linebacker help. Number 3, wide receiver help. That's where you're looking at. So continue to look at these linebackers. And we'll look at right outside. Let's see. I like this pair of 6'4" guys. He goes in the second. He drops to the 4th. Let's see. Anybody stands out? Oh, 6'4", 254. Still undrafted. 6'4", 260. Still undrafted. So that's all our linebacking crew. And like you said, we're gonna go look at offensive linemen. Who's Jackson Carman? Second round. Walker Little, look at that, 6'7". Late 3rd round, 309. He would be solid if we can wait that long. Let's see. All right, let's see what happens. Eagles are 3-6. Lost another game to the Giants. We got 2 injuries in that game. This team is starting to pull up. Torn tricep. 9 weeks out. We get Fletcher Cox back in 4 weeks. That'll help the defense. And Adrian Dillard. And Michael Kendricks. Oh, God. Torn labrum. I'm out 4 weeks. Out 2 weeks. Okay. Team's looking tough right now. See, upgrade our players. Rasul Douglas. They brought Rasul back, huh? I'll take that. Let's see. At this point, we're at the end of the year. We're 3-6. This is kind of like similar to what the league we're playing right now. Look at Cleveland, 9-0. Let's just go ahead and go next week.
You have a big decision here to make about one of your players.
Ooh. The doctors are.
Your player is now ready to play, but there is a high chance of re-injury if you play him. It's your decision.
We're gonna start Jordan Hargrave because we need him to come back. He can come back next week. This game is not that important enough to be. We're so far out of it. I'd rather keep him out. Truth be told, rather go ahead and keep him out. We're not in the wild card. We did get a win. We did get a win against Cleveland, 45-21. Look at that. It's just weird. This is just weird. Cleveland was 9-0. The Eagles are the ones that beat them. They were 3-6. Wow. All right. Well, let's see how we do against Seattle. Seattle's a good squad. We should have had Metcalf. That'd have been lovely if we could have got Metcalf. All right. We lost 44-38 in another close game. Eagles seem like they keep just getting having close games. Tony Jefferson. Oh no, he fractured his foot. He's out for 8 weeks. Why? He was playing good.
This is the development trait. Superstar, and this is the abilities tab. Here you can see what abilities a player has and what effects they have in game.
Alright, so he just gained superstar ability. And in a matter of a year, basically, Mulata's moved up 3 overall. Like, our offense is scoring points. 38 points, you should win the game. That's just the way I feel.
You have a player healed from injury and ready to play. So Dillard is coming back. That's good. Take a look at the lineup. Yep, Dillard's back where he's on. Samala, Mulata. This team's putting up major numbers. And I'm not going to lie to you. In this simulation, there's a couple players I probably would bring back. Only because of the way these things turned out. Okay? I'm not going to lie. I'm not bringing Will Parks back. I probably would bring back Sidney Jones with a 90 speed. Even though we're still 15 million in the cap hurt. God, why?
Why are we still negative 15 million? It's better than being 40 million. That's all I can say. So we still gonna have to look for some ways to be able to cut the cap. So a lot of these guys, what I'm probably going to do is release everybody and maybe bring back. I might be able to bring back Jefferson. I might be able to bring back Hendricks, but I probably won't need to bring back those players. Godwin, I probably would want to bring back, but truth be told, he with a 97 speed, him and Sidney Jones are probably the only two players I want to kind of bring back. So we'll see how it plays out. Oh, you can withdraw him, man. Let me just do that. Because I can tell you right now. Uh, Curry, I don't need back. Blank, I don't need back. Corey Clement, I won't need back. Also Douglas, I want one back. Boston Scott, I want one back. Duke Riley's not coming back. Joshua Perkins, I don't even know who that is. Gary, I don't want you back. Johnston, I can keep Johnston. If they let me. Yeah, I don't have the salary cap. So I'm gonna have to really see. This you dude, I don't need you back either. So let me see if that moves my salary cap in the right direction. 4-7 playing Green Bay Packers. We lost this game by a lot. Let's see. And we lost this game 31-24. Eagles are 4-8. Doctors declare Michael Kendricks. We're gonna start Duke Riley. Let's upgrade our players. At the playoff end, this picture is right now. Look at this. You got the Saints winning at first overall and Cleveland first overall. Joe Burrow in his first year is taking the Bengals to the game to the playoffs, and the Texans are in the playoffs. The Falcons are in the playoffs. This is going to be completely different than what you would see in the league, really. So let's see, advanced week next week. Only 2 more weeks left to go in a year. This is the game that we're currently at right now, thank God. And the Eagles lost by a field goal. Fletcher Cox is ready to go again. Just auto upgrade everybody. We got 3 games left to go in the year. Michael Kendricks comes back. All right. Defense got healthier. Let's see if that makes a difference in this game. Because our offense is still putting up numbers. Let's see. And it does. Look at that. We won 31-21. Defense held ground. We're at 5-9 now. Let's upgrade everybody. Um, no chance of the playoffs, but you know, I like the way we are better. We're looking a lot better. Let's see. If Fletcher Cox hadn't got hurt this year, what we have had? And that's just the same thing. If Brandon Brooks hadn't got hurt this year, what would we have had? Look, 22-20. We beat the Cowgirls. There you go. Fletcher Cox definitely makes that big of a difference, as you can see. That's the tail of the tape of this year. Answer the media question. Let's see. Opponent, you've got an appointment you know well coming into your house at the time both of you are playing at a high level. What do you expect to be like? Two great teams. There you go. Somebody hit weekly awards this week, and that'd be Mr. Carson Wentz. 344 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 3 sacks, but you know what I mean, 1 carry for 1 rush. So there you go. Offensive Player of the Week, Carson Wentz on Week 16 against the Cowboys. So definitely a plus. We are 6-9. Can we finish 7-9? Let's see. Can we do it? 7-9 is middle of the pack. That means your draft picks probably be in the middle ground, I would say. Let's see. We end up getting our 7-9. There you go. Awesome job. Marcus Green. I don't know who you are. All you guys. Okay, cool. Let's upgrade our players. We reached the end of the season. Resign staff. Let's see. Start resigning. Let's see. Take a look at the playoffs. And we'll look at the final stats of the year. This is what your playoff bracket look like. Solid teams made the playoffs. Look at the Broncos making the playoffs with Colin Kaepernick. Wow. First round bye goes to Cleveland and the Saints. So solid team. Let's take a look at the league stats. Let's see something. Hold on. I thought I saw something crazy. Yeah, Eagles finished second in the division. Almost made the playoffs. Almost came back and made the playoffs. So we're not far away. Like I said, like I started this video out, if they had made those couple of moves, we'd be 7-9 right now. Probably and in this simulation, if we hadn't lost Fletcher Cox in the middle of the year, which we didn't do in real life, we probably would have been a playoff team at 7-9. So yeah, we're not way off. I never thought we were way off. Carson had 4,000 yards, 37 passing, 98 QBR. Miles Sanders didn't break a grand, but 3 touchdowns. That we got to give them the ball more. Zach Ertz had 1,000 yards passing. We gave up too many points. 28 points given away. Had a 13 best offense in the league. Defense 29th. Gave up way too many defensive. Too many points scored. 11 points scored. 11 points allowed. 427. Gave up too many points. That's just it. Can't give up that many points and expect to be in the playoffs. But, so, let's sim all the way to the Super Bowl, since and see, and we can play out who won what in the playoffs. And we'll change our direction and start to talk about what things we can give Carson going into next year. Okay, let's see. Yearly awards. Patrick Mahomes was MVP. Coach of the year was Kevin Stefanski. Carson Wentz was right behind him in MVP votes. Look at that. Kaepernick. So wow. So Carson, if he had just a little bit of help in defense, he probably would have been MVP. We would have been in the playoffs. That's crazy. So your Super Bowl is the Patriots and the Saints. Far fetched, far away. Patriots are nowhere near a Super Bowl right now. So let's see. The the Ravens beat the Chiefs, which is amazing. And then let's see. Uh, the Colts went ahead and beat the Bengals, who returned to the playoffs for the first time in a long time. I know the fans were just happy about that, just making the playoffs, period. And then you had Kaepernick going down to the Patriots. Then you went and you had the Colts losing to the Patriots, Patriots getting into the championship game, and the Browns winning the game against the Ravens. The Browns are in the Super Bowl. Well, Browns had no. I'm sorry, the Browns aren't in the Super Bowl. The Patriots went ahead and beat them in that round. Over on the East, the Falcons actually had a good playoff run. They won one game and was able to beat the Bears. The San Francisco 49ers beat the Seattle, and the Green Bay took care of the Giants. So that took care of the NFC East. The San Francisco went ahead and beat the Green Bay, and then the Falcons lost to the Saints. That game was pretty close, only a 2-point game. And then the Saints went ahead and take care of business, being number one overall, having that home advantage and winning that game. And then here we are. So, playing the Super Bowl. So, let's see who won the Super Bowl.
This is the last opportunity to re-sign your players or they'll become free agents.
Okay, and the winner of the Super Bowl was the Patriots. Belichick took Cam Newton and just went like, I still got a championship team, so let's keep it going. Wow. Let's see who retired. Ryan Khalil, Jason McCourty, Patrick Robinson, Drew Brees finally retires, Philip Rivers retires, Teeb Khalib, Dwayne Brown, Clay Matthews, Cameron Wake. See, Alex Smith finally retires, thank God. Jason Witten, Reggie Incognito retired. Larry Fitzgerald retired. I don't know how he ended up on Detroit, but he retired. Danny Amendola, Steve McClendon, A.K. Sipley. Peters retired. Donald Penn retired. Let's see, keep going down this list. Anybody else of significance? And Antoine Bethea, Terrell Suggs finally retired. He done got Andy Reid gives up coaching, and so does Pete Carroll. So there's two big time coaches that have decided they're going to move on. Let's take a look at our cap room. Are we still capped out? I'm not franchise tagging him. Let's see. We are still capped out. 35 million in the cap. I don't understand how. I don't even understand how what we need to cut to be able to hit the cap. That doesn't make any sense to me. Well, I'm not gonna re-sign any of them, and let's just see what happens. Because there's probably some players there I would like to bring back, but I ain't in a hurry to bring them back. All right. Am I just looking at free agency? Am I? Yeah, 34 million in the cap. I'm over cap, and I don't understand how. Alvin Kamara's out there. Allen Robinson, Kareem Hunt, Philip Lindsay, Marcus Williams, Levante David would definitely help this squad. Let's go back up to the top. Trent Williams. Trent Williams will help the team immensely. Although Mulata, I think, will eventually. Trent Williams doesn't need to come back here. Justin Williams, I'm okay with Keon Wallace being my free safety. Alvin Kamara, him and Sanders would be an unstoppable force. I just don't think I can afford. I know I can't afford it. First of all, I gotta figure out why am I capped out. So team revenue. Let's see. We gotta figure out a way. I don't understand why we're over the cap. That's what I'm not understanding. Let me see. Salaries. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there are players that you probably need to go ahead and trade. I would say Slay would definitely be a player I probably would want to trade. 60 million against the cap. Fox, I want to keep. Kelsey's got a small contract. He's got 1 year remaining. Brooks has got a 4-year deal remaining. Ertz has got 1 year left, which I would probably want to keep Ertz to keep him here. Lane Johnson, I'm going to keep. Slay is kind of the odd man out. I'm going to see if I can trade him away and save me some cap room. Let's see. I want somebody who wasn't in the playoff picture. How about the Jets? Would they give me, would they take two, could I take 2 number ones? This trade would put the team, try making a different offer. put your team over the salary cap if effective. Try making a different offer. Ugh. Alright, so who else can I get rid of? I need to get rid of somebody that's got 19,000. Oh God. What? Why did we give him all that money? And in that case, I will be taking a D tackle. Let's see. I am still 18 million over the cap. $37, Brandon Graham, Ray Hargrave. I'm looking for another bad cap. That's only $1 million. You got pick 10 and pick 17 right now. Hargrave will need a roll. Ugh. Oh, you know what? Probably him. We're still 5 million under the cap. Uh, Darius Slay is definitely one. Man, when you're this capped out, it's like, what do? You gonna lose. You know Hargrave has to go, and I'm I'm gonna break away from this. Let's see something. You know Hargrave has to go. It's almost to the point where you want to even go to Hargrave and say, look, uh, you need to just go ahead and if I release him, you will free up, will incur a $20 million penalty. Why would you make that deal? I don't know. That's a big portion right there of what you need to get rid of. And then you need to get rid of 19 million more. And Slay is only 15. Maybe the Eagles do shop around Carson Wentz at the end of this year. And if I'm shopping around Carson Wentz, who's a free agent out there that I would want to go ahead and just to be able to continue this? Who's a free agent I just would want to be able to continue with? This is what I'm talking about when I say the Eagles are they're just capped out. There is no valuable way to get out of it. You look at your top quarterbacks. Got Fitzpatrick, Mariota, Rosen, Dalton. I mean, you ain't getting nobody in there. And 34 million in the cap that you gotta make up a difference in. For the sake of this squad, and I'm not even gonna lie, I don't feel like it would be. I don't think it would be reasonable to get rid of Wentz, but I know in this game he probably could get rid of him. But I feel like Slay is a player that you would have probably, um, if I release him, I got a penalty of 20 million. No, I don't want to do that. So you definitely got to see if you can trade him away. But that still leaves 19 million. So you kind of want to just trade him, I guess, instead of for picks. Man, I don't know how you get better because you still need 19 million in the cap that you got to get rid of. So you got to get rid of Malik Jackson's hit. Which Malik Jackson is 12. That leaves you with a $7 million hit still. Malik Jackson or Hargrave. That's what you got to do. And see, they don't want Malik Jackson. But if you, um, but that would get you 8 million underneath the cap. They don't want Slay. So you gotta find a team that the Raiders would take all of them. And what would the Raiders be able to give me in return? The #1 pick overall. I would want that 1 and the 1 and 2 and this year and next year. And I don't think they would do that. No, we're still 8 million underneath the cap. How does that work? That don't make no sense. Let me see. If I release Hargrave, I got a 20 million, so I can't release him. I got. What about Jackson? Can I release Jackson? I'll live with that. Okay, so what did it say? My cat room is 24 now. Okay, so that released up 24. So Malik Jackson had to go. Now I still got to make a trade. Let's see. And I know that trade is got to be involved in um. I probably want to get rid of Slay, which is the best thing I can do. Even though I hate to get rid of him because he's a 90, but in order for me to get underneath the cap, I'll probably have to get rid of him. And Slay, how old is Slay? Slay is 30. Slay is going to start to decline anyway. Slay is in the prime. He's 30. Can I keep? Is there somewhere I can keep Slay? Yeah, but you probably have to trade Brandon Graham. And Brandon Graham is in his 33. Brandon Graham is on the end of his career. So you would probably have to trade him and Hargrave to be able to bust the cap. Because Hargrave has got to be part of the deal too. And just doing that gets you just under the cap. So now it's just a matter of finding a team that has what you want. First and the third. Close. Not necessarily sure if I want to deal with the Bengals though. Don't want to deal with the Browns, Buccaneers. Let's see. Who am I dealing with? The Bears? No. Bengals want a deal. Bills want a deal. Broncos want a deal. Browns want a deal. I mean, believe me, if I'm going to trade them somewhere, Jaguars, no. Jets. What about the Raiders? I don't need the #1 overall pick. What about the Rams? You send them to the Rams and they might fucking just lose their shit. The Rams you gotta beat. So let's pick somebody in the AFC. How about the Steelers? No. The Texans? No. Titans? No. Vikings are in the East. The Bengals is a good lock because at least they're in the AFC. But let's see what the Bengals have in picks. they have picked 20. We just tried this. Let's try another team. The Bills. What do the Bills have? They got pick 11. I'm going to pick 11 and pick 129. Ugh, close. I didn't think they would do that. Let's do the 6th overall pick. And we sent Brandon Graham and Jordan Hargrave to the Bills just to get underneath the cap. So we literally had to use Malik Jackson, Brandon Graham, and Jordan Hargrave to be underneath the cap. Now we're underneath the cap. Now the question is, if we keep this squad together, we were able to keep Slay. We keep this squad together, can they turn out to be something? This is interesting, okay? So let's take a look. And I realize I'm now probably at like almost a 2-hour episode, but this is a good episode, I feel like. Our defense needs an obvious upgrade. And how do you upgrade? How are we going to upgrade? In the draft. So, first things first, let's take a look at our free agency. It's still showing us 20 million under the cap. Why? I don't know why. But David would be somebody I would want to bring in. I don't think. I guess I don't have enough money to offer in this in cap to be able to get any free agents this year. So let's just skip ahead. We was able to pick up another first rounder. We got three first round picks, I think. So if we can't get any free agents,
All
no
combine stats, such as the 40-yard dash, are now available in scouting.
So with us, and I'll say this, with us losing Brandon Graham.
Each player has a combine grade. Now, this score represents how well the player did. Combine performance tells you how players' speed.
With us losing Brandon Graham, so now we need a left end. Somebody who, Gregory Rousseau, maybe. Jalen Phillips. Like a second rounder. Patrick Jones. Mid-second rounder. Late third rounder. See any diamonds? See Michael Clemens. He's a mid-fifth rounder. What about this kid, Lucas Weiner? Okay. Pat Ramsey. Let's see, David Martin. So at the earliest we can get Michael Clemens, maybe he'll be okay. Combine stats. Rousseau is your best bet. Let's go to right end. Whitey Pay. Ooh, he's a 6th rounder. Good lord. Alright. Well, if you look at our draft picks, I think take a look real quick. I don't think. I mean, I traded those guys away. I know that I can go ahead and I should be able to get. Um, it's still showing -20 under the cap, and I don't know why. I hope that maybe when I cross over, maybe it'll be good better. Let's see. Because right now, I think what we're doing, we're looking at. We're gonna need some D-line help at some point. He's undrafted. Just going with guys who fit our scheme. And you're probably gonna need a D tackle. Jordan Davis. Not good. Late first rounder. Christian Barmore, third rounder. Okay. Well, I'm probably gonna have to look to trade back, trade down at least one of those picks. You talking about possibly? There's certain players I gotta realign my draft picks. There's certain players that are just gonna be generational talents. Period.
Welcome to Draft Week. All the effort you spend scouting comes down to this. Start the draft whenever you're ready.
Kareem Hunt didn't go anywhere. Nobody bid it for Kareem Hunt. That's crazy. Joe Hayden is out there. So there's some good players out there. Al Galore is out there. Jimmy Smith. There's some good players out here in the free agent market. One of them I would absolutely probably take. You got Snead, Kareem Hunt. I mean, it's a no-brainer to put him with Sanders. If he would take a deal, we have to see after the draft. So I'm really leaning to not drafting. What I'm probably gonna end up doing.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
So I'm gonna pause the draft. Yeah. Let's take a look at our draft board. So I wanna. So our draft board is like this. We're looking at Penwell, Parsons, Jamar Chase. These four guys are generational talents, or Surtain. So if you're gonna take one of these 4 or 5 players, this is when you take them. Now, who I would love to take would be Jamar Chase to give him another option. That would be immediately take Waddle off the board. Parsons is a good pick, but I think if I'm going to have, and let me check. Trying to see. How do you see what? I just want to see. Let's see. Just want to see. We have negative 10K in the cap right now. I can live with that. I just want to see. Alright, so here's our picks. We got 10, 11, and 17. 42. We got 2 3s. So you got 3 first rounders that you're gonna add to this team at 10, 11, and 17. Um. Mm, mm, mm. One of them picks I'm gonna trade back, and so literally our picks will be done by round 3. I'm not gonna pick the 5th and the 6th and the 7th. Uh, there is players that I have on the board that I did not basically scout. There are 1 or 2 that I'm thinking of. But let's just see how the draft plays out. And let's see what we'll take it as a normal time thing. Even though I'm working on about this being an hour and a half process. But I'm enjoying it. Let's see.
The Dolphins are
Raiders
now
took
on the
Trevor
clock.
Lawrence. We'll just give it. We'll just push it ahead.
The Cardinals are now on the
my
clock.
left tackle. Damn it. So, not gonna probably take left tackle in first round in the pick. Looking at who's going to take next.
The Jaguars are now
Cardinals
on the clock.
took Justin Fields. Doesn't make any sense. They have Kyler Murray. What they taking Justin Fields for? Unless Kyler Murray broke his leg or something.
The Jets are now on the clock.
They took Parsons. All right.
The Buccaneers are now on the clock.
So they took Jamar Chase, the Buccaneers. This is what I was afraid of. 10 is too far to be down. Put it like that. Washington.
The Cowboys are now on the clock.
The Cowboys.
The Steelers are now on
Waddle.
the clock.
Oh, God. This is not good.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
They took Surtain. Oh, God. What is left? What is left on my board? Caleb Farley. I tell you, I don't want to take Caleb Farley. The only thing I can actually accept myself to be able to take, I will take Sam Comsey. So, let's make our selection. And I feel like I'm going to reach for both of these players. Because Comsey is number 9. 6'7", 300. And he's going to come in. Caleb Farley is there. Am I going to regret not grabbing Caleb Farley? Probably not. He's a he's a man-to-man coverage guy. He matches my scheme. He's the second best corner in the draft. I really, really don't want to take Caleb Farley. What could I get for this pick? Let's see. If I trade the pick away, let's review the offers. You You got a first on the 29 and a fifth. Number 1 pick 25 and 2 2s and a 4. 1 this year, a 2 and a 4 this year. They're not giving me anything. That is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. The Buccaneers took Chase, right? Let me see if the Buccaneers. Which don't make any sense for them. Would the Buccaneers give me Mike Evans? I don't think I'd be able to do it. I can't do it because I don't have the cap. That's the killer part to it. He's not even on there. We would have to give him somebody who we got in the cap. Uh, no, that wouldn't work. They don't even want Lane Johnson. Oh my God. All right, we gonna pick what's the name. Let's stick to the picks. Remember, you got 2 picks running right behind another. So I'm gonna take. Oh my God. We said coming into this, we needed to upgrade the offensive line, and we will. So I'm gonna take the monster, Sam Cossi.
The Eagles
It's
are
probably
now
not
on the
gonna look
clock.
good. You reached. I know it. He's 17. You took him at 10. I'm okay with that. All right. Let me see what I can get. They're still not giving me anything. 2s, 2s, 2s. A 2 or 3 is 6. Yeah. I might as well just take him. We took Sam Consi. And I'm going to take a chance because this guy, he matches our scheme. We're going to take Caleb Farley.
The Vikings are now on the
Matches
clock.
our scheme. We took a lineman and a corner because we figured you're going to have bookends. So, and that makes our team a little better. So let's see.
The Lions
Vikings
are now
took
on the clock.
pay. Okay. Let's view our draft board real quick. So all these players are still up there. If I'm going to take another, I want to get him another, but it depends. If Dylan Moses is there or Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith. Let me see Devontae Smith's stuff. Combine really wasn't that great. So it's like, do you take Devontae Smith to give Wentz another option? Or do you hold off? Because you got Rondale Moore there too. Javon Holland would be another good selection. Alex Leatherwood. I should have probably waited and got Alex Leatherwood. Nah. I'm kind of happy I took Caleb Farley. Oh, let's see. You got a couple picks in the second round too. I'm probably going to take Dylan Moses with that next pick. So, if Dylan Moses is there, so let's see if he'll be there. Let's see.
The Chargers are now on the clock.
Christian Darrisaw.
The Panthers are now on the clock.
Wyatt Harris.
The Titans are now on the
J.C.
clock.
Horn.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Trey Lance. And we're going to pick Moses with this pick.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
He was 21. Now, I don't understand why he was a 21. He's the best linebacker in the draft. 6'3", 235. But I guess I reached. Alright. So let's take a look at the next time
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Let's see. What's available? Devontae Smith is still out there. Rondale Moore is out there. Najee Harris is gone. Wow. Uh, well, let's take Devonta Smith.
The Bills are now on the clock.
See how it goes. Maybe he comes in with a chip on his shoulder. Let's take a look at our team. We need maybe I switch Maddox to strong safety. I don't know. It might be an option. I think
The Vikings are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock.
let's see what's available. Rondale Moore is still out there. This is the 3rd round, 10th pick. Let's go with Carlos Basham.
The Bills are now on the clock.
Not necessarily players I plan to take, but because we had to make the changes to the squad, now we got to take these players.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
Let's see.
The Eagles are now on the
Back
clock.
on the clock. That's available. Rondale Moore is still out there. And I'm not going to lie. I almost want to take him. I really want to take this kid, Terrence Marshall Jr. I know we need help on D-line. So here I am picking guys that I wouldn't normally pick. I'm going to take him. Didn't really think I would be
The
taking
Chiefs
the guy,
are now on the clock.
He's such a bargain basement guy. I mean, if that's the case, we adjust all 4 levels. So now at this point, it's just
The
take what's
Ravens
best
are now
available.
on the clock. The Eagles are now on the
Alright.
clock.
Let's see. What's best available? Seth Williams, Muhammad Ibrahim. I don't know any of these guys. My draft board is probably gone. Clemens is still there. We're in round 5. we can wait another round as far as I'm concerned. Let's see. Kenny Brooks. Muhammad Ibrahim. Really didn't have a good combine. This kid Kenny Brooks didn't have a good combine. CJ Verdell. He can jump long. Okay. Who is this? Elijah Mitchell. Vertical jump and broad jump. He had a 4.2 speed.
The Ravens are now on the clock.
Oh, I reached because it was one pick ahead. Oh, come on now. All right. We needed a running back anyway.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
And best available. 5.7. CJ Verdell. Who is this? Earl Thompson. Whew, let's see. Let's see Earl Thompson. He's a strong dude. Okay. I might pick him next. Did my guy come off the board? Nope, he's still there. I am going to take him.
The Bills are now on the clock.
Reach by a little bit, but that's okay. I'm going to take him. I need another end at this point. I need an end. I needed a D tackle. So, I got any more picks left in this draft?
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Here, which I might trade one away. Let's see if I can trade one away. Let's see if I get a couple 6. Here's a 4 next year, a 4 next year, a 4. Let's see. A 4 from a 5 from them. Not really interested in a 4th round pick. Well, actually, I am. I got 2 picks back to back. I don't need both of them. I can trade one of these away. So give me 'Tampa Bay's 4.
How come nobody's at the podium? That's because both teams are right now working on a trade. The Eagles are now on the clock.
Wanted Derek Barnes really bad. Let's see. Can I get another 4 maybe? Yeah, I'm giving away 4s. Here in the 6th round.
I see both teams filling out cards. You know what that means? We've got a trade. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the
There's
clock.
a 7th round pick. And let's go ahead and we'll pick this 7th rounder. We basically got a lot of what we wanted. And a little bit that we didn't want, you know? draft board's gone. Let's see, available. What did we draft? ComC, wide receiver, linebacker, another wide receiver, a left end, a halfback, and another left end. Let's take a chance on a linebacker. Best linebacker available. Let's see what we got. Tony Fields. That sounds good to me.
The Browns are now on the clock.
All right.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
And that's the draft, ladies and gentlemen. So, basically, let's look at our roster. See what we got here. I don't like that look. Let's look at it the other way. There you go. So, Brandon Brooks is back. Kelsey Johnson. ComC is going to be our left tackle. Samelo or Dillard? Malata is big too, but we're gonna start ComC because he earned his spot. I want to start Dillard instead of Samelo, but now we got a lot of offensive depth, so to speak. Smith, I'm gonna start, and Marshall. Wait a minute. There you go. That's good enough. Smith, Rieger, Marshall. Is going to be our starters. Defensively, Wallace is our free safety now. Moses is our middle linebacker. We're going to put Bradley. Farley, they got him playing strong. I'm not going to put him in strong. I'm going to move Farley over. They got Farley playing strong safety. I don't want Farley playing strong safety. I want him playing corner. So him and Slay playing corner. And the one play that we might have to make, Sweat, Basham. Is Basham the kid that's 6 foot, Clemens? Clemens is the big kid, right? 6'5", 270. Basham is 6'5", 275. Basham, I think I'm probably going to convert to D-tackle. For now, I'm going to let Sweat come off of there. So we had to give up a little bit to get a little bit, the way I see it, on defense. Basham and Sweat, Cox and Barnett. We're better, I want to say, we're still developing our linebackers. We got 1 star. And we'll have to look at free agency coming up. Offensive wise, got Mitchell and Holyfield. Sean Jackson is still hurt. But I think that's a solid line. Offense went up to an 87. Let's look at
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
this will be wrapping up the episode here shortly because yeah, this is a long episode. That's all I can say. So we want to look at improving our team. Let's look at the free agents. And I hope we're not still capped out, God forbid. Jamal Williams, Tariq Cohen, Philip Dorsett, Aguilar. Somebody did take Kareem Hunt eventually. Lamar Miller, Jimmy Smith. The one position I'm going to look at basically is free safety. Because if I can't figure out a free safety position, which I really can't because there's nobody out there. Oh no, it was strong safety, I'm sorry. Strong safety, Bradley McDougall. Eric Reed, who didn't get along with what's the name? Sean Davis, who has a 90 speed. Let's bring in Sean Davis. Are we still capped? How can we still be capped out? I am really, really just confused. Let's just go ahead and sim to the regular season, see what it says. Because I've already traded everything I can trade, I think, to get uncapped out. The only other thing I could think of trading is trading Carson Wentz, and at this point, it would just ruin your season.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. You have grades for each. Browse available players to improve your team.
still says we're 20 million over the cap. I don't get it. They let us play with, even though we're over the cap. I don't get it. I'm confused. Like, did I need to make all those changes or not? And we won 34-14. Oh, the kid got hurt already. Foot fracture. Good Lord. Alright. Well, we beat Green Bay in our first week. So I guess I don't know. I'm not sure how the cap works in this game. I really don't. Because if the cap was really the cap, then we shouldn't have been able to play anyway. Which means I probably didn't need to let go of Darius Slay and what's the name. I could have just picked my picks and made this team a bomb squad. So we're gonna leave it off right there. This is your boy Jay from the Fields of Play. Boy, I don't know. We'll see how this squad does for the set year 2. I'll get in and try and help them out, probably at least in the Giants game and the Cowboys game and Washington. So we'll go from there. All right, peace.